We're back.
And we are back.
Just checking if the audio is working.
It is.
Yay! You all can hear us, and we are back. So, just in time for what will be a game 5. Here we go. As you can see at the top of the screen, Todd Fan Club able to take down Overlooked in game 4 in OT. And now, well, it's a best of 1 to determine which of these teams is going to be getting through to the grand finals without any further questions asked. The other one will have to battle through the lower bracket. We'll see who takes home the dub, Monkey Shines.
Indeed we will. And folks, what we understand, Gear, actually the individual that was able to get that shot on. So not to say that the name that we don't talk about a great deal, but we did talk about the need for him to be able to step up here in this series, and step up he most certainly has. So we have seen rapid fire offense from both of these teams over the course of the series. But interestingly enough, Rhino, for all the goals that we've seen scored, all but one of the games, a one goal situation.
Yeah, absolutely. And that just goes to show you the caliber of both of these teams. They're both, we've already said, on a similar level, presenting similar quality Rocket League. And now this one goes over the top. Will slightly waterfall, but will be saved away by Todd Fan Club. A double demo over on that right-hand side. There's going to be an opportunity, but Todd Fan Club working in from the left. The pass middle. Gears on the back wall. Off the backboard, and he's looking for something more, but Overlook's able to clear this one away.
Indeed, right on. We spoke of the potential to grab the broom out of the hands of Overlook and pop it on its dome. That potential does, in fact, exist. Possibly a minute 30 standing between Todd Fan Club and that very idea. So, again, honestly, now, the fact that we are staring at all zeros almost 3 minutes into this, but this right here feels like the defensive struggle.
Certainly does. 3 minutes 16 to go. Moving in from the left. Ian in here trying to get through. Unbroken goes by. That's a shot on. It's off the crossbar. And the Todd Fan Club goal living a very charmed life right now. A few shots on early from Overlooked, but none have found pay dirt.
Oh my goodness, excellent save there as well. So yes, the crossbar, at least in the early going, a Todd Fan Club fan, appropriately so. I don't know if there's a banner, a sweatshirt, any kind of assistance out there officially on it, but sent away now back and forth. This one goes! The demo is there, and Kazi gotta be able to get on the board courtesy of the explosion, the fire and the flames. We carry on. Todd Fan Club cuts back. Gorgeous work there, the dismissal, and TFC. They got the early lead. Well, not the early lead. They got the mid-game lead.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not that early in this game anymore, and I do see it in chat. LFG reverse sweep is the call. Maybe, just maybe, it's going to be coming through as well. This one over onto the left-hand side. I'm Ian Pinheiro, not going to find much to work with there, but we'll keep possession of the ball. Camster tries to move it inside. Will be cleared away, but Camster being an absolute menace on the back lines. Another demo coming through, and I gotta say, Overlooks, they might just be getting frustrated with being taken out of the server so many times.
Indeed. And honestly, that is something that I talk about the game a lot, but I will say, volleyball, demos, bumps, the reason it can be so effective is depending on who you're playing, there is a mental to be shattered. Not everybody, but ultimately, if you can find even one person out of 3 that you can shatter, that you can truly upset, that you can truly frustrate, when you have a team like this, when you have a team like Overlook that is so fast, putting in a 3v2 scenario when Todd Fan Club has been able to meet them for that speed, that's all you need, Rhino. And my goodness, what an absolute banger courtesy of the 1v1 fiend, the demo demon, Camster, able to make it 2-0, $140 left to go. And the reason I said early on, Rhino, we saw so many scores, it felt like that first goal was way the heck back at the beginning. But no, actually had to wait towards mid-game to get the first one, and now Todd Fan Club out ahead by 2.
Yeah, let me tell you something. When Todd Fan Club needed to find their form, when they needed to find that next level, that next gear, if you will, they've been able to find it. And my goodness, are they pushing their foot on the throttle. 2 goals for that man. Kazi goes over the top. And it's almost a reverse musty there. It's a bit of an interesting flick. Finds the top shelf. 1 minute 30 to go. Todd Fan Club 3-0 up.
Be still my heart. The creativity My goodness, Bob Ross would be proud. And my goodness, great save on the goal line. Demo is there, but not going to
Wow.
find the back of the net despite the speed, despite the ferocity that we have been used to all series long. Rhino, Todd Fan Club ultimately able to step up to deny. So yeah, we that speed and everything, that's really, really cute. Let us show you how we do it here in NA. And again, this Overlook crew, absolutely anything but slouches. Maybe look for another bump, not going to be able to get it, but under a minute. Rhino, I did not think that I would be saying this at all. Overlooked, not scoring with under a minute left to go here. It's almost unheard of.
It is. It is. It doesn't happen very often with many SAM teams. That one going over the top. Kazi will collect, looks for the pinch away, gets stuffed as Cam tries to bring it through. Not a lot of boost. He's got the pinch though, and that can generate a lot of power, but they are back into Pluto. Able to make that save with 25 seconds left on the clock. Overlooked still 0 on the board. They're sporting the goose egg. And I mean, this could be a mental shatterer. Realistically, Monkey Shines, they got to drop down into that losers final, and then they've got a game to fight back in that grand final after losing in a reverse sweep in the winners final. That's a rough position to come back from.
Absolutely, and it does appear Todd Fan Club gonna head towards the pantry of Overlook. Grab the broom and turn it on its head. The reverse sweep and the denial of any score there in game number 5. What not a reversal of fortune, that all skill, all of it skill. And just again, you said it, the frustration that they put out there. Just you saw the speed, you saw the just everything that Overlook brought out there. So difficult, but then a fragility sometimes to that mental one when you are not able to go at the speed that you are used to, when you are not able to be where you want to be. That in and of itself, it can get up here in the dome. But maybe one of the worst things that this event could see, Overlook with a chip on their shoulder. They officially have that in the lowers.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that was a 5-game series, and if you are enjoying what you're seeing, if you're entertained by what you see, and how could you not be, make sure you head over to ability360.org/donate. All of the money is going to Ability360, and we thank them for putting on this wonderful event. We're going to have to move things along here. We're going to bring you the losers semi-final between Team RGM and $100 after this short break. See you in a moment.
The third annual Independence Cup would not be possible without the support of our presenting sponsor, Q90. Q90 provides accessible technology solutions to those with disabilities across the nation, assisting centers for independent living with documentation tools. Their user-friendly tracking and reporting helps to ensure that people, not paperwork, are the focus. Burnout and stress are less with a simple management system from Q90. Since 1993, Q90 has served over 240 centers for independent living across 56 states and territories and hopes to continue their work for decades to come. Ability 360 would like to thank Q90 for helping fuel our 2025 Independence Cup. The third annual Independence Cup presented by Q90 is made possible with support from Rhine Companies. Founded in 1938, Rhine Companies builds spaces where people thrive. Their support for Ability 360 reflects their commitment to inclusive communities, empowering individuals of all abilities to live independently and engage in life fully, building a future that's more accessible, equitable, and welcoming for everyone. Thank you to Rhine Companies for helping fuel the 2025 Independence Cup.
My name is Melissa Mogensen, and I am Jackson Mason's mom. They started playing power soccer back in October. I mean, it's just opened up this whole new level of independence and love for sports. They used to play regular soccer, and then they were diagnosed with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and now they're both in power wheelchairs, and there aren't a lot of power wheelchair sports. Power soccer is one of the only ones, and when they got in those chairs and they realized they could spin around and go super fast and just have a good time with others, they just fell in love, and now we have been here every Monday since, and some Fridays. So it's been really incredible to watch and see them just kind of grow and learn a new sport. I mean, I feel like it's so important just to be sure they're included and that they have a normal life. There's so many things that they're not included in, and for them to come to this gym, first of all, and just feel so included, like they could do everything that everybody else gets to do, is just, it's like it's a feeling you can't really explain, really. It's just so incredible, really.
Power soccer is a fantastic sport. As you can see, this is one of many impactful programs that is in need of funding support for travel and transportation costs. You can help Ability 360 keep these opportunities available to all who are interested, opening new possibilities for athletes like these two brothers. If you would like to donate, use the QR code during our intermissions or visit ability360.org/donate today. Monkey Shines, we are back for the Independence Cup. We're looking at the losers semi-final, Team RGM versus $100, but we are having a little bit of a problem getting one of the players in. So we're going to show you the bracket and we're going to talk through it a little bit, specifically that lower bracket where we've seen 4 teams now, unfortunately, leave our wonderful event. And the main one I'm surprised about is Acid Paradox.
Yeah, that a curious one. It's honestly kind of poetic. We did see them the very first game of the event, and they had kind of a rough go. So it kind of makes sense in a way. But yeah, a curious one. But Team NM. I think if we looked at that one, in the opening going, I think we could have seen that one in the lowers. But as far as running into $100 as well, once they got to the lowers, man, able to get that dub over Team NM, but you run into $100. I think we kind of would have anticipated that, but still, Acid Paradox, they had a rough draw, with regards to Overlook. I just look at this, had to take on Overlook, get swept there, took on Team NM, able to get that dub, ran into $100, and that was no bueno for them. But ultimately, my friend, we just got back off of an amazing winners final, a reverse sweep. It could have gone to 5. It went to 5 going into the grand final. Now Todd Fan Club out there in the grand final. They've got a game advantage out there as well. And here in the lowers, right? Like for the duration, my guy, absolutely fantastic matchup. Team RGM, $100. Then we got the winner of that one taking on Overlook. Winner of that one taking on Todd Fan Club. The event has been absolutely fantastic. From the pool stage yesterday to today, it has been absolutely fantastic. We have been fortunate to see some amazing Rocket League play. Everybody today has been great. Uppers, lowers, everything. It has been amazing. It has been a treat.
It certainly has, and I have got confirmation that both teams have checked in, so we will be bringing this game right to you, not having to go to another break. We will have that game live in just a moment. But as Monkey Shines alluded to there, we've got 3 games left today. This is the first one. It's the last best of 3 you'll see on stream. Following this, we've got a best of 5 between Overlooked and the winner of this game to determine who goes to the grand final to face Todd Fan Club in a best of 7. One final series to determine who takes home the $750. And right now, Todd Fan Club, they are going to be having a 1-game advantage as well. So they only need to win 3 games, whereas their opponents will need to win 4. Monkey Shines, such is the benefit of coming through from that upper bracket. We've seen some people have to do a bracket reset. We've seen a couple of, these 1-game advantages. I mean, it makes sense, right? If you come through that upper
Hmm.
bracket, they have not lost between today and yesterday. They are looking so, so good for this tournament.
Absolutely. And to be able to come in and play Overlook and play as well as they did, which honestly, hey, at that point in game number 2, if you said, yeah, kind of unfortunately get a sweep with Overlook, okay, it made sense. Go to maybe a game 4, get it, that made sense. But to be able to respond in that fashion, to be able to meet them step for step, and then ultimately shut them out, put a 0, force them to have a 0 on the scoreboard in the final game of the whole thing. I mean, we talk about a reverse sweep. That is just an absolute reversal of mental as well. Just so fast, just rapid fire, one after the other. Did we see? And it was just absolutely ping pong and everywhere. And like I said, even despite that, 1-goal differentials in games 1 and 2, we got to see it overtime. There were only 2 situations in which it was not a 1-goal situation. Of course, that 7-4 victory there, and I believe it's game number 3. And then, of course, the final one, 3-0 in favor of Todd Fan Club. But like I said, now you have given Overlooked motivation, and they have to wait a little bit, to be fair. Now, the question is that cool off, is that going to benefit them, or is it going to hurt them in the end?
Well, that is a question that we will answer a little bit later on. But for now, there are 2 teams that we're not really talking about right now, Monkey Shines, and that's Team RGM and $100 still in here.
Do that.
Top 4
Do that.
confirmed. They are playing incredibly well. And also, by the way, this is a $75 game. The loser of this game finishes 4th. You get nada, squats, 0. But the winner will lock themselves in 3rd place and $75. So it's not quite the $100 that $100 the team have predicted, but hey, if they're able to get past Team RGM, then they will at least be walking away with something, and that's a little bit of motivation for both of these teams coming into this loser semi-final.
I think in terms of prediction as well, I look to $100 on this one. I could see a sweep. I think the worst thing for Team RGM right now is that it is such a short series. I think it was a little bit longer, even a best of 5. They may have a little bit of adjustment there, but kind of like we've seen in best of 3s before, you have to be early straight out of the gate with this stuff. And right now, I think that favors $100 for what we've seen. I mean, yeah, they ran into Todd Fan Club, but they were able to take a game there. They were able to get a dub over the team that we saw, able to get that reverse sweep overlooked. And I think that just kind of says it all here. That's not me saying that Team RGM can't get it done, but it is a tall order, a tough task for them to be able to do it. I don't think they can. They may be able to get a dub, but ultimately I see this being a sweep in favor of $100. Have them moving on to take on Overlooked.
Yeah, absolutely. And even though we did get the check-ins, even though we did get people coming through, it does look like that it is taking a little bit longer than we would expect for the players to come into this lobby. So we are going to cut to a small break. But when we come back, we guarantee all of you, we will have some Rocket League action. It will be the losers semi-final. Team RGM taking on $100 after this short break. Welcome back, everybody. We said that we would have this loser semi-final. It was about 30 seconds away from not happening, but we are indeed going to get things going. And Monkey Shines, at least one of the players is going to be coming into this one nice and clean.
Indeed. This is a new one. Able to get in the shower and get, I guess, clear-headed. Sometimes you gotta look clean to play clean. So I fully appreciate that. So again, it is
Sure.
Team RGM versus $100, and we did not have to wait long. It took a minute to actually get the lobby up, to get the game up. However, all of 12 seconds before somebody gets on the board, and it is $100.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's exactly what happens. So it's 1-0 to $100. And I believe it was their roster who were here when they should have been here. But alas, it's Roman out off that right side, cleared away by $100. As I mentioned previously, only a best of 3 folks to determine who gets through to the losers final, I should say, to play against South American juggernauts Overlooked. And at the moment, that's $100. But still, at least another game and another 4 minutes 20 to go, Monkey Shines. It's almost as if I'm wishing it away, but I genuinely am not. Want to see some great Rocket League. $100 just look like they're stronger right now. They're the ones pushing forwards. They're the ones who are 2 up. And that's going to be how it sits at the moment.
Yeah, and it's going to be a struggle for Team RGM. This was what I was just mentioning coming into this $100. I mean, they were really able to give Todd Fan Club a rough go, a true opponent, true test. But ultimately, Team RGM, we saw them a little bit earlier on in the day, and they looked solid, but they were going up against a team that, it was largely William and just